Hey everyone, let's have a quick chat about An Enchantment of Ravens by Margaret Rogersen. This is a quick fantasy read, and you may remember I was looking for a fun, flirty, banter, witty kind of story, maybe hate to love romance, and this is exactly what I got. This is set in a world that is not really defined, but we have a city called Whimsy. And there, the people make craft and sell it to the fairies. So a lot of fairies come to the town to buy their craft, and so they pay with enchantments. That's the normal deal there. That's a trade. And we follow Isabel. Isabel is a portrait painter. She's 17 years old and she's very much acclaimed. The fairies love going to her, and she has a major patron that recommends other fairies put to her. The story mostly begins with her painting a portrait for the Autumn Prince, who hasn't been seen in town for a while, and she's kind of confused by him, sort of attracted, and he's different than the other fairies. But after the portrait is painted, he disappears and nothing happens, and she's kind of lost, feeling a little bit in love and silly about it, because love between humans and fairies is forbidden. But then the prince comes back, but he's not very happy, he's very angry, and he insults her and then kidnaps her because there was something wrong with his portrait. And so he's very angry. Let's leave it a little bit like that. So the story follows the trip they take back to Fairyland, through the Summerlands, the Autumnlands, and everything else that happens. There's something wrong in Fairyland, and the prince is actually a nice guy, and she's kind of confused, and they banter and fight a little bit. You know, that's the romance that's going to happen, and I loved reading it. It was a very fast read. You dive into the story, into the characters, you just want to know more about them. You like their characteristics, the different banter between them, but also the separateness and the togetherness of the two characters. I really enjoyed. I also enjoyed the story around it, the world building and what was going on in Fairyland, and the solution basically of the big problem that is presented here. I highly enjoyed it. I also enjoyed that Isabel, despite her 17 years, is a very strong female character. We get everything from her perspective. She's our main narrator. And that also makes the story interesting, because she sometimes has some weird thoughts, and it's rather fun to see that. So I can highly recommend this if you're looking for a fun standalone fantasy with a little bit of romance. And of course I want to know if you have read An Enchantment of Ravens, or if you can recommend a similar book, because I'm kind of craving these kind of stories. Standalone fantasy books with a focus on a romance, but a little bit of banter and fun and witty writing. Let's talk in comments. Thank you for watching. Bye bye.